was cool.
Yeah, it was.
That was cool. What up, brother? How are you?
I'm not too bad yourself.
I'm not going to complain.
Well, if you did, who would listen anyways?
I don't know. Not me.
Would Jen?
Let's say hi to everybody and Brand. Tell everybody hello and how are you and Heidi Doody and all that other stuff. What's up, Mike B? Kathleen Stefani's in the house. Brenda, hello there. Welcome in. Monorail Steve is here. Stevie's not going to be here long, but she's here now, and that's what's important. Running Warrior Sarah, hello, hello. Andy, hello there. Welcome in Stream Elements bot. If we don't say hi, it doesn't work right. Explorer Jen, what's happening? Welcome in everybody else who is joining us tonight. Hopefully, what's up? Our other partner channel, Samuel B12 Experience. Why do I say other partner channel? Because that guy is a partner channel as well. So
What, that guy? That guy.
there's one of these guys. Welcome in, Justin. So yeah, I mean, we're almost on time. I actually have the show done and laid out. We had a question last week from Marie D, who we're hoping is in tonight because we're going to answer her question. Michael, what's happening? What's up? What's up? Time for another curse. I hope not.
Curse? No curse.
He wants a cruise, but that's okay. So what's up, Jill?
Did you see Jen's comment and that we came in like a wrecking ball?
We came in like a wreck. So if you guys missed it yesterday, go back to. Actually, you know what? I know everybody in here saw it. Do you know that I had 22 DMs that I have to do? We now have to do cooking with Bear Shark in the middle of streams. 22 DMs. Marie.
So we have to plan it when Jen is doing invoices or at the checkout.
Yeah, good luck with
Cooking
that,
with Dave.
dude.
Yeah.
I'm good at what I do. I'm just not that good. So. Everybody, are we sounding okay tonight? You can hear us. It all sounds good. Everything looks good. We look wonderful. Jordan's got his new computer. I got my new lights that respond to my voice. Watch this. Oh, I love it. Drive everybody crazy now that you know that they're there. Jennifer L., what's happening? Marie D is ninja. She's working tonight. We're going to go ahead and answer some questions about that. I do want to tell you guys something interesting that happened to me on the way home. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to tell you guys something that if you're going to be cruising, I found out today that I don't know if it's just common knowledge, like if everybody knows this. Thank you. I appreciate that. So Jordan and I were talking when I went on the Magic. I don't know if anybody knows. A bunch of people have, that I talk to know that my phone has been dead. It's since I went right before I went on the Magic.
Yes.
Yeah, because it died on the way to Miami. So, which is funny because I was supposed to be on the phone like with Robin, Trish, and Mike at the same time, and I couldn't get either one of them on the phone. It was an absolute disaster. So I found out today because I've been waiting for a SIM card and all this other stuff. So Jordan, now you're gonna find out it wasn't my SIM card.
What'd you do to your phone?
So when we went in April, and remember I was telling you the issues that I've had with DCL here lately, that my accounts weren't linked and nothing was talking.
Yes.
So I never actually hooked up to Disney's Wi-Fi on the boat. I was broadcasting off of cell the entire time. So AT&T, in order to protect me, cut my data and my cell ability off and just capped it. And just that was it.
Oh boy.
The projected bill was $1,700.
Oh dear Lord.
They shut my data off, figuring a smart person, bear with me, smart person would go, hey, my phone's not working, and do something about it. So it took from May until June for me to notice that my phone was broken.
Now you need to create a commercial about that.
So it's something that I'm going to be telling people because when I went to AT&T today, I'm expecting to get a new SIM card. And, I know that they're flashing. Ooh.
That's being done on purpose, Steve. You just to kind of mess with you.
Your lights are going to distract me. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's do this because I don't want to be distracting. I'm distracting enough. Here we go. So now all night they'll be very calm and soothing. So here's the deal. So I go up to AT&T. No SIM card. They turned it into an eSIM card, which is a thing now. So you don't even need a SIM card in your phone. So then he goes in, finds out, yes, I've been capped. He tells me the whole thing, and goes into my phone and shows me that there's a setting inside of cellular that it says turn off this line. Now, I assumed airplane mode was good enough. Here's what I found out today. It's not. It can accidentally kick off. Your cell will go on, and then your phone will pick up the signal. Boom. Bob's your uncle. You got a $1,500 cell phone bill. And by the way, you literally, at that point, you're responsible. So luckily, AT&T sat there and went, no, and cut it off. Now, I do remember in April getting a message. I was sitting out on the balcony, and I got something that said, "Do you want to activate this?" And I said no. And it was about AT&T server, whatever. I don't even remember. But they saved me $1,700 by turning it off. Now, was it inconvenience for the last like 5 weeks because I couldn't get to AT&T? Yeah, it was. But they saved me a lot of money. So if you're going on a cruise in your cellular settings somewhere, you hit cellular, and then you're going to have the ability to turn that line off. Google it if you have to, but shut it off as soon as you get, like on the boat, and then turn it back on. Just make a note so you don't go, why isn't my phone working? So hopefully that helps at least one person because it has been driving me nuts. Everybody who knows that I've been driving with our hockey puck because or the extra phone that we use to stream so that I had another phone. And it was like I could not get over there, and I figured this was going to be like an hour fix. They were going to have to do something. I was in and out in about 4 minutes. I feel so stupid.
Please stand by.
Like I was on the phone with you, and then I sent you a message, and I was like, okay. So, little service announcement from the Bear Shark on not. I don't want to Google. Hey, look, Google it. It's big ups. Google it. Inside joke. So, for those of you who are going to be going on cruises with us, without us, wherever you're going, make sure you do it. It's a great travel tip. So, last week we were asked a question, weren't we?
Yeah. Marie D posed a very serious question.
What was it?
The cost difference between the parks, resort, and going on a cruise. And guess what? Dave, we have the answer. You can't see it.
It's magic juice.
I already had my magic juice.
Oh,
Hey, Dave,
garçon.
you
So
got to roll it.
it's literally. Oh wait, we got a new subscriber.
Yes.
I don't have my new subscriber videos in here. That's something that's missing from the travel channel. Lauren Graves, welcome to FPE Travels. I'm a travel agent. We do stuff together in travel relations. That sounds really bad. Why am I bad at that? Anyway, we have a parent channel. It's Florida Park Explorers. We normally are in the park. But when we're doing this, it's to try and help people because we literally live on the other side of that castle. So we try to advise everybody on what to do, how to do it, parks, cruising, this, that, anything that has to do with Disney. Now, if it's dealing with cruises, we deal with all cruise lines. So welcome in. We're happy to have you. And I am just stammering. You know what? I'm just going to keep moving. And if you're here and you haven't hit the like button, don't make me ask. So the question of the
But
week last week.
it should be rolling on the bottom.
Yeah, I'm trying to get information out. I'm, producing, talking, walking, chewing gum, drinking. I don't know what to do. Probably have to add it in at some point.
That's a lot of multitasking. Are you okay?
No.
Okay.
So we started off at Magic Kingdom tonight. Why? Because we're normally on a cruise ship when we do this, and then we're all sailing away and floating, and it's like this. So,
As everyone gets seasick and nauseous.
Well, that was the thing is like I needed a new background video, which you're going to get to see the old one in a few minutes. But we started off in the castle tonight because I figured, you know what? Let's start with Marie D's question was, is it the same to stay at the park versus a cruise? What's the difference? How much is this? How much is that? So I did a comparison as to what was what. And let me tell you, I didn't include airfare because how can I? I did not include transportation to and from the park, meaning from the thing where you fly, the airport. Thank you. This is gonna be a rough night.
That's because you don't fly.
No, no Skyliners, no airplanes. So none of that. This is basically a comparison because keep in mind you're going to have ground transportation from MCO to the cruise line or MCO to the park. So either way, you're going to wind up paying ground transportation, and we can get into that. And we'll talk about maybe transportation in 2 weeks when we get back. Because next week, by the way, we're going on the Wish. Shh, we'll get there in a minute.
Don't tell anybody.
No one knows. It's a big secret. Don't tell Jen and Bella.
Don't tell.
So this is for a family of 4. This will also be for January 7th through the 14th of 2024. So it gave us 6 months out. So it was an accurate depiction of what was what. They're off-season pricing, so they're a little bit lower because everyone always says, hey, what's the best time to come? What's the best time to travel? First couple of weeks in January, prices usually go down a little bit. So, yeah, words are hard, Stevie. I don't know what to do. So Jordan and I talked about it because the truth is this, and let's do a disclaimer. You can make any amount of money at Disney, whether it's a cruise or whether or not you're staying on property. Match your budget, do what you want it to do, and personalize it. So this is only an example. And Jordan kind of challenged me a little bit because I thought the premise is great. The execution on my part, I thought was stupid because I kept going, well, I can make it anything I want it to be. And I could. Like, even if the parameters were the same, I could still adjust it any way that I wanted to. So, and I could adjust this number up or that, and we'll get into why it matters. But before we get into this and you guys hear pricing and you're like, oh my God, let me say that there's something for every budget. This is, we'll get. Anyway, so Magic Kingdom. Disney World. Let's start with Walt Disney World, right?
May as well, yeah.
What hotel did you make me do?
My favorite, Disney's Pop Century Resort.
So we picked Pop Century. Now, because Jordan stays there every time he comes, we had a whole conversation about standard versus preferred. For the few dollars that it took to go to preferred, I chose preferred. Now, what do I say by few dollars? $185 a night for a standard room, $202 for a preferred room. Preferred room, Jordan, is what?
It's a room that's going to get you closer to the main building, but it's going to be like on the back side of those ones. So it's not going to be like your pool view that I always go for. So, yeah, and if you're in the standard rooms, you're back in the boondocks.
Yes. So
Yes.
basically, you are closer to the to commissary. You're closer to the buses. You're closer to everything. The only difference is I didn't pick preferred pool because it was $30 more a night. And this way, you were still closer. You still got all the benefit, but you got none of the noise. And I also chose park hopping on all the days. Why? I'll get there in a second. So for just the hotel, now this is going the 7th through the 14th. You are looking at $1,414. Right? That's taxes and everything. So $1,414, that's included. Now here's where it gets to where you can really start to make adjustments. Now, by the way, that number 1414 could go down or it could go up. You could choose because they not only have preferred, they have preferred pool, they have standard, they have right next to the dumpster. You can pick any room that you want. Now, tickets is interesting because I chose every day to have a park hopping pass. And I'll tell you why. Because the only reason that this is fair, because on a cruise ship, all of it's available to you 24 hours a day. So, you think that's a fair comparison?
It's fair.
Okay, like if you couldn't go anywhere or do anything, that's not accurate. So, For park hop, so this is for a base price. What do you say?
Nothing.
Oh,
I say if I can't go anywhere, I'll be at Pedal's Bar.
on the boat, it's any bar. So
Yeah, there-
the park tickets base price is $4,451 for 8 days. If you add park hoppers, it's $383. Now the difference between 5 days and 8 days was negligible. It was like $200. So you got 3 more days. The more you booked out on your tickets, by the way, the more that you booked, uh, the more that you'll save. It was $200 to pick up 2 more days or 3 more days worth of passes. So I took all the 8 days. If you want it with water parks, which by the way, the boat has water parks because it's on board, that would be $468 tacked on to your 4,451. So you can see little value. All right. So grand total was coming out to $5,004, and if you wanted travel insurance, it was $190. Now, here's the major difference. What are we forgetting?
you got to eat.
Gotta eat.
Got to get your
So
hangry on.
we haven't even eaten yet, and we're at $5,000. Okay. Would it be fair to say we're going to eat 3 meals a day?
Probably, if not 2 meals and a snack.
Okay. So I went with an average. Would it be fair to say that all 3 meals, each person is about? Now I picked a 10-year-old, a 12-year-old, and 2 adults, just so I kind of tell you guys the ages, so you don't go, well, it's a baby, it doesn't count. Um, I picked $15 per meal as everyone's average price, which, by the way, very hard to do. The hamburger's $15. That's no drink. So let's just say it's $15 per person. Is $60 per meal. It's $180 um, per day.
Yes.
So food is $1,440 if you only eat 3 times a day at $15 per person. That's if you only do that. No treats, no extra waters, no extra Gatorades, no, hey, I want a premium bar, no, I want anything. So 1440, you're coming out to $6,444. No souvenirs, which you don't get on the boat either, so that's not fair to say. No extra treats, no extra anythings, right? So we're cut and dry. Let's call it 6,500 just to round it up to be safe, right?
But I got a plug about treats.
Shoot.
Before they come, they can reach out to FPE and do a treasure treat drop at the resort. Just saying.
But
Okay,
it's
that's
not
my two
free.
cents worth. Yeah.
It's not free, but I am cheaper than DCL if because we'll do that comparison on the boat because I can't get to the
Yes.
boat first. Thank you for that shameless treat plug. I appreciate that.
Hey, you're welcome. Anytime.
So 6,500. We sound good, right?
Yeah.
That's a. We're gonna call it all parks but bare bones. Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay. But you can go to Disney. You got everything. Disney dining plan was not available during this, Joe, because that's not available 7th through 14th yet. At least it's not bookable. So the dining plan's not in there at the moment. Dining plan would give you options, but you still are looking at $55 per person for 2 meals and a snack, and you're looking for table services. I think it's $95. It's still 2 meals,
Yeah, it's $95. Yeah.
table service. So you're still gonna. Let me tell you something. You're still not going to get away from this because keep in mind, I sat there and said that it was $60 per meal per person is $180. If you were to go $95 per person for the dining plan, guess what? That's $400. So my way's a little cheaper. But having said that, so we're about $6,500. There we are.
Yes.
Um, JT, it's bare bones. That's literally going down to commissary, having probably a muffin for $6 and maybe an OJ. And then for lunch, probably you could probably split a couple of things. Like the kids could get a foot long from Casey's and split it. And then for dinner, you're getting burgers or you're getting chicken sandwich or something. So
Yeah.
now, are you going
Or
to do that? What's that?
or at Pop Century, you can get a large pepperoni pizza for $20, and
Or a
it's 8
large?
slices.
There you go.
There's the kid. There's the kids taken care of.
Yep. So, and that's exactly the point is if you learn how to stretch it, you can make it work. There's always going to be one night though that you're going to be like, I'm not eating this tonight. Like, I want to sit down and be a person. So this is a ballpark at 6,500. It's probably more. It's probably closer to 6,700, 6,800. But 6,500 is bare bones. Anything that we should add to that? Take away from it? We got lodging, tickets, food. Comparative
No,
to
that's not. No, that sounds about right. Again, aside from the transportation piece, but we can talk. But we'll talk about that after.
yeah. So you ready to go to the boat?
Let's go cruising, baby.
Hold on.
Whoa! Now I think Andy's probably gonna get a little nauseous because he already doesn't like the moving water, the bouncing up and down.
I have to tell you, I'm such a child.
And you put the two of us together. That's yeah.
Anyway,
Could you
welcome
imagine?
welcome aboard.
Yeah, that you and I will cause shenanigans.
Now hear this. Now hear this. Dave and Jordan will announce the next go round. So the boat we picked to be comparable was a 7-day Eastern Caribbean cruise on the Disney Fantasy. Okay, why? Same amount of
Great
days.
ship.
Great ship. Has all the amenities. Great itinerary. Goes all the way down. Goes to Tortola. Does St. Thomas. It's going to go to Castaway. It's a great itinerary. So
Yeah, I've been on it. It's fantastic.
and you're going to give us all the insights on. We picked your resort, your boat, your trip. So I'm just giving prices, and then you're going to give us some differences.
Well, that's because you started challenging me, so I had to challenge you right back.
Stop looking at me, Quan. All right, um, so it's really simple. Cruise ship, it goes like this. I didn't have to go in and really price anything out. Why? It's all pretty much there. And then once you you download your Navigator app, you can actually customize the things that you want. So you can buy, like, for instance, like I had Memory Maker included um, in the last one. Why? Because you're going to do the same thing in either place, whether you're on the boat or in the castle. You do Memory Maker, and they're pretty comparable. Memory Maker is 169 on the boat. It's usually 199, but that gets you all your pictures for like everything at meals and it's just nuts. They like follow around the boat.
Actually, if you buy it on board, it's actually over $200.
Yeah, don't wait. That's a good point. Is you buy it through Navigator before you get on, and it's discounted. Everything is discounted before you get on the boat, which is kind of stupid, but whatever.
Yeah. Well, it's even if
Uh,
you want stuff delivered to your stateroom as well too, it has to be done no later than 72 hours prior.
I found that out last time when I screwed up, but not this time. I didn't make that mistake. No.
Do you want a round of an applause?
All right.
You did it
So
for yourself. Problem solved.
thank you.
He's here
So
all night, fans.
7-night Eastern Caribbean cruise, Disney Fantasy. Let's see. So I took all 3 rooms. Why? I can't figure out what would be comparable to preferred. I figured I'd let you take a swing at that. I'm thinking it's not interior.
No, you're probably looking at your like with the standard veranda.
I was thinking
That
that
would
it's more. I see. I was thinking veranda would be pool view, and that standard would be more like ocean view.
Were you talking about a porthole, or you want to go bigger than that?
I don't care.
Well, because you got 4 options for rooms.
See, I know, but
5.
that's what I'm saying is there's 8,500 options as to what to choose. I'm gonna
Sorry,
say
not
I'm gonna
sorry.
give all 3 prices. This way everybody knows. For an
Oh,
interior
and
room,
Wheeler and we got some members here.
hold on, we got members.
I think they're renewals, possibly.
Boop. Wow, I got to redo the graphics on this. Boop. And then Brenda brings up a good point right here. So let's put Brenda's up there. Why did I bother? It needs to be in white writing. David, what are you doing? You're a bad
Yeah,
producer.
and why is it at the top?
I don't know. Somebody screwed up.
Operator error.
How much in addition to the prepaid gratuities should you budget? So, Brenda, before we actually do the pricing, I'd love to answer that because I'm a little different. And knowing that you're up in that same area that we all grew up in, I like to over tip for great service. The prepaids that are done, they're literally, I think they're shockingly low. And I think that most people,
Yeah.
when you look at it, you kind of go, "That's it." I think on the Wish last time there was like $15 was one of the tips, and I was like,
Yeah.
that's
Well,
can't stand."
yeah. Well, I have an example for you. So, and actually, my cruise on the Wish for next year, my prepaid gratuities, which gets divided out the percentages between four people, it's $116, right? And if it's for the 3 night that you guys are going on, I think it's like 80 something dollars. I think
Eighty
between
six
the four,
bucks.
$86. So when you're doing the longer one, you're probably, I think when I did the Disney Fantasy last year, I think it was 160 or 180 and change, something to that effect, anyways.
We did 125 on the Magic, and that's my point though. Is you have four vouchers that you're paying on that. That's 30 like, and like your head server's getting like $40, and the room services or the room steward's getting like $40, and your assistant waiter's getting like 28. It was shockingly low.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do before we go on the cruise is I go to the bank and I get usually it's like $40 in fives, and I get $40 in twenties and a ten. No, the other way around. $40 in tens and a 20 for the porters and um, for prepaid gratuity. Why? Because
Yeah.
when they give you the envelope, I determine how much more I want to put in. It depends upon the service. We had one on the last that was incredible. So we tipped them an extra $80 because they were fantastic. I mean, they treated Bella so. It was also Bella's birthday, but they were so good to her. It's not even funny. And I felt like they went so far above and beyond, even though they made us eat in the kitchen. I still think that they were so attentive to her; it was ridiculous. Um, Now, our room steward, on the other hand, I didn't give him another penny. We had a lot of issues with the room. I had a lot of issues with things that went on. Guest services took care of it, but I didn't feel like it warranted it, so I just didn't. So it's all
You
relative.
should have FaceTimed me.
I forgot how much pull you have on the boat. And then, of course, like Jen said, on the Wish, the servers were worth their weight in gold. They were incredible, and the
Mm-hmm.
the like, what do they call the head server?
Head server, server,
The
and
top
assistant
one that
server.
overlooks everybody.
Head server.
That's what I thought. So
Yeah.
on the Wish, she came over and actually cut Bella's food, which was incredible. And like they were so good to her. I mean, they had every night she came out to dinner. There's literally like Bella drinks nothing but Shirley Temples on the boat. They were sitting on the table ready to go. Um, so it was incredible. They were so good. So I would say this to you. I always bring cash on the boat. Now um, I've stopped giving cash out because everything that you can ring up to your room has the ability to tip.
Yes, it's true.
So like if you go into go get a frou coffee, frou coffee, you have to pay for, but all of the desserts that are there you don't. So if you go in there and you're like I did, and, when I finally found it on day three, I pretty much lived in the adult section after that, drinking nothing but coffee and eating all the cake out of the case. But I wound up sitting there, and the guy would sit there and put it on, and I would wind up tipping him for all the other stuff. Why? Because I got $30 worth of desserts, and I didn't pay for them. So it was really a good experience. But you don't need a lot of cash. It's primarily I usually bring 100 for the boat, and then I bring like 40-50 bucks for your porter. You want to make sure, and let me just say this, and I think Jordan, you've never driven into the port, have you?
No, I know. I just cruise on in with Disney Cruise Line transportation buses, but I will tip the driver though of the
Yeah.
bus. Yes.
The the thing is though, like when you're dealing with the porters, keep in mind they don't work for Disney. They're an independently sourced agent. So you don't know who's handling your bag. So if I were you, over tip them. Why? You don't want them going through your bag. That's number one. Number two, you want to make sure they don't throw it in the water. I'm just kidding about both of those things. You simply want them to pay extra care. All right. So, like, I recommend if you're not tipping at least $5 a bag, you're under tipping. I tip $10 a bag to make sure that they pay attention to it. And then you have the people who are taking your luggage out of, like if you once you get your room assignment and you go to your room the first time, your bags are not there. I'm sure every single person heard me joking around last time, like, hey, go tip them and we'll get our bags earlier. Guess what? We did, and they showed up faster. Take a picture of your luggage, show it to them, hand them $20, they'll bring you your bags.
Or just
Or
throw down my name and you're good.
so every time I said, you know that guy JJ, and they were like, yeah, we know JJ. Heidi, what's happening? Um, it's an amazing thing. It's a lot of fun, and with going on the Wish, this would be a challenge for me to carry cash because I used to try and carry it in the lanyard, and now that I'm going to Magic Band or Disney Band Plus on the boat, um, I wouldn't have a lanyard on me anyway. Very interesting. So it's a great question. So I appreciate you actually addressing that, brother. That's fantastic. Thank you. So now to the actual pricing. Interior cabin, $6,178, and that is all taxes and gratuities included. So that's prepaid gratuities. That's everything. The outside cabin is exactly $6,500. Ooh, that's just
Ooh.
like our Magic Kingdom Disney World trip to the Den.
Yes, it is.
They're both $6,500. I wonder if they planned that. Erica, what's happening? Jordan's name doesn't work at the park, but ours does. May not
Yeah,
be a
if you
good
drop
thing.
my name at Pop Century, then you're covered.
You're covered there. But I will say this: be careful dropping FP. You never know who likes us and who doesn't. So, do I bring cash to tip at the end or write amounts on the cards? I put cash in there, Brenda. They
Hmm.
give you a printed out. It's like a green card, and you rip them off. They're perforated, and you slide them in each envelope, and you have the ability to add in extra cash. So that's on literally. And let me tell you something. They don't let you forget. The last night at dinner, they're going to say to you when you go back to your room tonight, they're going to explain about their survey, and that they need perfect surveys, and how the servers are different. But as soon as you get back to your room that night, it's sitting on your bed, and then you can take care of it that night, and then leave it in the room for your porter, or excuse me, for your room attendant,
Host or hostess.
host or hostess. I thank you. I'm so,
Okay,
and
I
then you
got you
can,
covered. No worries.
and then you hand it out the next night at your last. Like when you go, you go to dinner, you can hand it out to everybody. That's what we did. But it's super easy. Put cash in at the end. I didn't see a place to sign on extra, to be perfectly honest with you, but I wasn't looking for it.
No, no, there's no additional spot on the actual perforated card that you get that you put inside the envelope. So again, I'm like you. I carry cash with me for that purpose, and at the end, again, I'll have 20s, 10s, whatever, and I'll drop that extra amount in the envelope at the end, depending on the level of service and
Yeah,
whatnot. So,
and you have a safe in your room, so just throw the cash in there. Put your safety cut your pin in. Boop 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 boop. Leave your stuff in there. You're good to go, and you're ready to roll. But yeah, it's pretty easy. So outside cabin, preferred room, Pop Century, food and everything, they're pretty close. We'll get back to that in a minute. If you want a veranda, $6,948. Okay, we said it would be between 65 and 7. There's a
yeah.
65 and 7.
Now that veranda, just so people know the difference, because there's two different types. So this veranda would have two standard chairs that have armrests on them and a table in between. And then if you go one level higher, which is the extended veranda, that one has and I sent Dave a video. So Dave can actually kind of, if he has that one loaded, he can actually show that as well too. No, probably not. Okay, good talk. Um, it'll have the two beach lounge chairs, a table, as well as the two standard chairs as well.
Yeah, he had the Mac Daddy.
Yeah.
All right, so Brenda, last question. I'm trying to keep track of all the people to tip. So there's your host, who's your room attendant. You have two servers at dinner. You have your head server and then his assistant server, and then you have what I would consider Brenda like a maitre d that's keeping track of all of their section and servers. So there's like six maitre d's that are watching over their tables, making sure that service is going correctly. So you have four people that you're tipping out at the end of
Yeah.
the trip. It's your room host, the two people who are actually physically serving you at the table, and then the person that is overseeing restaurant service.
Yeah. So Brenda, so for the language, and I don't know other cruise lines if they use the same language, but when you look at the three serving staff, you'll have your head server, which would be like the maitre d that's overseeing everybody. So that one would be the head server when it comes in, and then you have your server, who's that lead person at your table, and then you have the assistant server that's essentially taking your drink order,
Grabbing your plates.
making sure all that's good to go, and then again, yeah, you'll have either your host or your hostess who takes care of doing your taking care of your room.
Yeah. So and then you're putting in 250. I could tell you right now, when we went on the Magic last time, which was the longest one we've been on, now it's 5 days. I brought, I think I brought 250, and I came home with 100. So, was it 80? Might have been 80. So, and that was with the biggest thing is on the boat. Obviously, you can tip whatever you want, but you can sign it to the room. So I just signed everything to the room. It didn't matter what we did. Like when we ordered room service is free. So they're bringing you a bill simply so you can tip.
Mm-hmm.
It's the greatest thing ever. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning and you're getting cheesecake, and it's like, ooh, and you throw them $10. They're happy, you're happy. Like you got $10, you got cheeseburgers and drinks, and you had all kinds of stuff come into your room. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. It's the greatest thing ever.
And
So,
pizza, so you can get the pizza sweats.
dude, we pizza sweats. Uh, Bella thought the room service was the best thing in the world. She would come home from kids club at like 11:30 and be like, "We ordering room service?" I'm like, "You know your
Yeah,
dad
yeah.
so well. Let's go." So yeah, you're fine. Depending upon the length of the cruise, I think you're right on point with that. And by the way, Brenda, don't. This is what this is for. This is for us to talk about the ins and the outs. These are great, great questions, and I appreciate it. Um, so there's one major difference that I have to just say between parks and cruise, and it's true, but it's not. And I'll explain in a second because I'm confusing the hell out of myself, let alone everybody else. Everything on the boat, for the most part, about 85, 87, if not 90% of everything on the boat is included. There are certain things that are not. Obviously, your alcohol's not included. Gelato on most Disney boats are not. There are certain candy things that are not included. Obviously, all the merch is not included. But like, if you were to walk on the boat and say, "I just want to drink soda or water. I want to eat all the free food, do all the free things." You can go there and not spend another dime. It's not hard. If you bring your water bottle and you go up to the drink station and you fill it up and you don't have to spend any money. So it could be, in theory, all inclusive. If you prepay your gratuities and don't want to spend another dime, you could walk on that boat, walk back off that boat, and never spend another penny. And that's something to be said that's totally different from the resorts and everything, because everything, once you leave your house, costs you money. The planes, trains, automobiles, to and from the resorts, anything that you want costs you money. And that's a huge difference. Is this is paid for, you're done, you don't have to worry about it, go enjoy yourself. And that's a
Yeah,
big deal.
yeah. Jessica, yeah, excursions are not included on
No.
on the Disney ships. Those are always paid for extra, but those are ones you can pay for actually, whether it's through the Navigator app and or if you log into your account, like on your computer or laptop or whatever. Once you've paid in full, and that has that opening window that opens up, and again, this is where a lot of people may get a little confused. It goes by the status that you have with the cruise line. So whether if you're a first timer, you're unfortunately one of the last ones that can book an excursion. Then it goes silver, gold, platinum, and then the Grand Pearl status afterwards. So
Right. So exclusions are not included, but it's still free to get off the boat. So if you want to get off the
mhm.
boat, like when we went to Nassau or we went to Grand Cayman last time and to Castaway, we didn't get off the boat at Grand Cayman, not because we didn't want to. It was absolutely beautiful. Also, it was like 4,000 degrees. But Bella wanted to go on the slide. The boat was empty. There was nobody on it.
Mhm.
She went on the slide 5 times back to back to back. It was like nothing. Um, she got to experience it for herself. Bella got Bella time. And that to me was more important than getting off the boat. So I didn't care. But to Captain Tuttle's point, there are no rides on cruise ships other than, like the Aqueduct, the Aquamouse, the water slides, things like that. But they do have
And the
Kids
Aqua
Club.
Dunk.
What's that?
The Aqua Dunk.
The Aquadunk. No
Yeah.
thanks. Right outside of the boat. Poof.
Yes.
But they do have a Kids Club, which the resorts don't have. And this is somewhere where you can take your kids and get like for the parents that are looking for that break. Bella wanted to be there. So she would go in there and it's like, and let me tell you something. You have not seen Fort Knox until you've gone into the Kids Club. They are ridiculous. I'm her dad, and they wouldn't let me do it. Like I broke every rule in there in like 5 minutes, and they almost threw me out. It was really funny. Like, if you do it again, we're going to ask you to leave and not come back. I was like,
Yeah.
okay,
But
sorry.
yeah, and even to Dave's point about like the kids club, like there are clubs on the cruise ship for every age group. So they do break it down to like the tiny little ones that can go into like a daycare type thing, or they have, the kids club that the Bella was in. Then they have like the tween club, and then they keep going up based on the age category. So there's always tons of stuff to do to tailor towards those age groups. And same thing for the adults. Like if you want to have the kids go off to one of the clubs, whatever, or if they want to roam around, they have a lot of evening festivities for adults as well too that do go on. And if you're a bingo person, they do bingo, and that's the only gambling that's allowed that they do on the cruise ship is bingo. And I was on there. Was it the Disney? Yeah, the Disney Wish last November, and someone actually won $8,300.
The last day on the Magic was $9,000. So
Yeah.
it's crazy, and that's the thing is, as to George's point, there's literally always something to do. Well, let me. It's not fair. There's always something to do until 11 o'clock. Then the boat shuts down. You could literally, and we always talk about being on the Lido at 11, on deck 11 at 11 o'clock. There was nobody up there. We were by ourselves. On the Magic, it was exactly the same. I could not believe we were walking around like Bella's down in Kids Club. They literally would do the on deck party at like 10:30, and then the boat would clear off in about. And I think I was live streaming, and I'm like, watch, and the boat was empty at the end of the live
Mm-hmm.
stream. And Jen and I, she's down in Kids Club. Jen and I were looking for something to do. We couldn't find anything to do. And we finally found on one of the nights we found a uh, comedy store downstairs. It was I don't remember where
Yeah. So the comedy, they'll have like hypnotists as well too, and
yeah.
magicians and whatnot. So yeah, they'll always have the other stuff going on. And then as well too, if you like to go to those silent dance parties.
Oh, they drive me nuts. I have videos I still have to release from that because I made fun of it. Because all you see is, and I'm like, and you hear me in the background going, "Oonts, oonts, oonts, oonts." And I was just trying to pick out people, and like, they're gonna be hilarious shorts. They're really bad, and I'm a horrible person, but it was funny. So,
Yeah. So just to Jen, bingo on the Wish, you'll find, I believe it's on deck 4, for the Walt Disney Theater.
and the Wish does have the Kiss Goodnight, which is amazing. The Kiss Goodnight is basically I don't want to screw this up. Your turn.
I didn't break it. I didn't do nothing.
You know about the Kiss Goodnight, probably as much as Bella does. I didn't go, so
I saw it once just to see what it was all about.
I wasn't there,
It's
so I don't
fancy.
want to get it wrong and have everybody go, no, 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 that's not what it is. I know that
Yeah.
the chandelier changes color.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's maybe a minute long if I'm not, if again, if that's being generous. But yeah, it's just like the chandelier, yeah, just changing colors and whatnot, and some fancy kind of music and whatnot that will kind of kick in. But yeah.
It's a cool thing. I mean, but that's the thing is that, like you have Royal Gathering, which on the boat is free.
Hmm.
You just have to book it. So they can meet all the princesses, and then there's like when there's pirate night, all the characters are in pirate gear, and there's so many different times to meet them and to be with them and to do these things. And to be perfectly honest with you, I just felt like there was always something somewhere. And by the way, when there's nothing else to do, go eat. There's
Mickey's
barbecue.
barbecue.
Yeah, damn it. So, yeah, I mean, so I would say this, and by the way, understands me. I'm totally biased. I don't even want to come off that I'm not. I'm totally biased. Um, First of all, I live outside Magic Kingdom, so I'm biased right off the bat. I can go there anytime I want. I go there 1,000 times a year. It doesn't matter to me. The boats are exciting because they're different for me. I still get all of the Disney, but it's different, and each boat has something different, and the experience is different. I truly truly like that. I also like when we used to go on vacation, um, not having a bill, not having to make sure that I have saved and I'm ready to go. But as fun as the cruises are, and as cool as they are, they're not as Disney as Disney World. One of the things that I don't like the fact when we go to Castaway, it's not dripping, and I mean dripping with Disney stuff. I've realized that there's the castle, the Epcot ball, the tree, Tower of Terror, and then what they did is they essentially made the cruise ship the focal point because you can see it from anywhere. So that's their iconic piece, which is cool and it was smart and it was well done and understated. But on the island, there's no Disney. But I'm not saying none.
It's lacking.
It's underwhelming. All the umbrellas should have different Disney stuff on it. The chairs should have it. The restaurant's not themed that way. There's no connection to any one of 100 things. And there's characters. There's shopping a little bit. But I don't find like if you go under the water, there's a lot of Disney characters. Even like the slides, it's not Disney themed that well. Should have been like Steamboat Willie. There's a lot of things that they could do that would have made the theming more, and I would feel a lot better about it on the island. I also I think the boats could have more theming. Um, Again, personal opinion. I would love to like the contemporary when they did the new upgrade. What they do, they made it very incredible. As you open up the thing, the vinyls are in the back of the super suits. But wouldn't it be cool if like you got off on like deck 10 and it was like the Incredideck? You get
Hmm.
off on deck 8 and it's Star Wars. Like theme the decks. Like make it so that the carpets are different. The walls have it. I would love to see that. And by the way, it's all vinyl.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything. Put vinyls up. Vinyl the hallway. Change the color lights. Have some fun with it. It would be absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
Uh,
See, I'll say that in comparison between the Disney Fantasy and the Disney Wish, I would say there's more theming on the Wish than what there is on the Fantasy. And that's even as you're walking up and down the halls as well too from on the different decks. I do find there is that difference there between them. Um, is there enough? They could use more.
Even the grand entrance, if you think about it, is there a more grand area than the castle? No. What did they do inside the castle? They put up beautiful mosaics. They etched it in gold.
Hmm.
Like these things are gorgeous. Question: Can you answer about what on if you're on a group of hold on, that's backwards.
Oh
Okay,
no,
Dan.
she added another line at the bottom.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I've been listening. Question: You can't answer at the Okay, so I think you're asking if we do a group rate. Disney's not spectacular about it. Just going to tell you right now. Um, is there something if we hit enough rooms? I believe there's a slight price break. There's a lot of disadvantage to it as opposed to no, you're okay, Murray. As opposed to us using us as the travel agent and us linking everybody together so that we're all together for all of our meals. Everything will like we'll transfer restaurants together. We'll all be at the same table together. Um, but there's a hindrance because Disney holds up things. I don't want to say that I'm 100% right on this, and I know that Jordan will correct me. But I think it also affects because my coach was explaining it to me, and it had to do with, I think it had to do with excursions. That there was an issue with excursions, and there was something else, and I don't remember what it is.
Yeah.
Um,
So, and I'll jump in. So,
yeah,
when
please.
it comes to actually linking reservations, what you do is that when it comes to whoever was booking one, everyone books their excursions when they're able to. Once excursions have been booked and there's that confirmation that everyone's done that, or if they don't want to, whatever, that's when you link the rooms together. Once all that stuff is done, so you can still link the reservations up, no problem. Um, we did it beforehand because we had a smaller group the last time we went. But if you start getting into bigger numbers, it's always recommended that you wait until after those excursions are booked, and that's when you start linking them, and not all at once. It's like you do a couple one day, then you call back, do a couple the next day. That way, the system can read it all properly with no issues.
See, that's
So,
cool. So, and that's the thing is there's tons of ways for us to work around those things, and it's funny because Kathleen actually segued into what I think is the best of both worlds. When I was saying that for me, it's both, but I need that Disney. So if you're coming down here, my recommendation is a land and sea package. Go to the resort before or after, and go on a cruise. This way, you can split that cost.
yeah,
Uh,
and that's what I did last back in on the last trip. I came down 2 days prior to the FPE cruise, got off on the Monday, and then I stayed back at Pop Century until the Friday.
yeah.
It's fantastic.
So that's the thing is you're going to come out to almost a comparable rate as if you took a 7 day cruise. If you do three before and a 4 day, or a 4 day before and 3 day cruise, you're going to go out on the Wish or something comparable. Could be the Magic, and that itinerary is going to give you the ability to do both, and that would be my recommendation. So if you're asking, and I think that that's kind of the finale of the question tonight is what is it? They're the same, but they're different when it comes to what's the cost difference. You can make it anything you want, but your best value, dollar for dollar, would be to do both. If you're a Disney person and you're like to cruise, hit both of them. Let me tell you something. You're not going to be disappointed.
Mm.
Disney is, and let me just tell you this. Jordan is going to tell you because he's been on 16 cruises. Disney knows how to treat you. They're gonna give you that level of expectations, that white glove service, where if you're hooking yourself up, because if you're staying on property, Disney Cruise Line is going to take you right to the boat. We've never done it. He's done it every time he's done it. So you get to and from the airport, you go and play, you go have fun, you get on the cruise, you go and relax, put the kids at kids club, have a massage, get a drink, chill out, stop at Castaway, have a good time, get off the boat, back to the airport, fly home. Life is good. I would do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So yeah, I've never taken any other transportation but the cruise line buses to get to it, and I've taken it every time from whether like getting picked up from the resort, going to the terminal, and I've done terminal back to resort, terminal back to the airport. Um, One person, cost wise, which would there and back is $78 per person,
Right.
right? So again, party of four, $312. Um, but again, you don't have to worry. The only thing that DCL needs to know, where are they picking you up?
And they'll tell you
Where are
what
they
time
taking?
to have your bags out.
Yeah. So if you are staying at a resort, I will say this: you will get a letter inside your room that the front desk will drop off, and that letter will state that your luggage can be picked up as early as 7 a.m. by Bell Services. So you got to make sure you have it ready. Um, the guy showed up last time. He showed up at 10 to 7 in the morning. He was eager to get her luggage and get it going. Mind you, we had an earlier pickup time as well too. Like we were getting picked up at 8:30 in the morning.
Right.
So, and then when you're getting your luggage to get off the boat, so you have two options. Either A, you can keep it with you, you can take it off yourself, or B, your host of the host of the hostess or the staff that will come and pick up the luggage when you leave it outside your room. They'll take it, you get it the next day, and then it's going to be in the terminal under whatever decal they put on, whether it's Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, Dave, what Bear Shark, whatever. And then either A, they're going to take you back they'll take you to MCO airport, or they'll take you to a Disney resort. But
Or
keep
they'll
in
drop you off in
mind,
the middle of nowhere, leave you for dead.
well, they could, but yeah, probably not.
Just saying.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and that's the point, though, right? Is the level of service that you always talk about is through the roof. But I want to address what Chris said. If I had any pull with them whatsoever, I can tell you right now, Disney needs to get a boat. And by the way, I don't care what size. Could be the Wish and Treasure size. It could be as small as Magic. I don't care. They need to turn it into a Star Destroyer. I know everybody right now is going, oh, the Galactics. It has nothing to do with the hotel. It needs to be an actual cruise ship, and it should be Star Wars themed all the way through. Everybody who's walking around, like staff and cast and crew members, should all be in Imperial gear. It would be friggin' hilarious. Let me tell you something. I might live on that boat. And I mean, could you imagine what you could do for rides and stuff on, with that? And you should have like galactic mini golf at night where, it's all blacklit. It'd be awesome. Bring back the Star Wars show from Hollywood Studios and do it at sea. Put it up on the screen, shoot the fireworks off. I mean, you could do something unbelievable. Yes, I'm a fan. I would love to see them actually go more immersive. Every boat doesn't have to just be like Peter Pan and Hook on the back or Rapunzel or whatever. That's the exterior theme. I don't get to see that when I'm on the boat. Give me the stuff inside the boat and go nuts. Just go nuts. Give us, give us Star Wars. Give us if Marvel's got a huge franchise. I'm sure that they could Marvel an entire boat. Just like I think that Royal Caribbean honestly should be. There's rumors of a Harry Potter boat. If that actually happens, I won't. I like. Belle is going to beat me senseless until we go on that boat. Like if I'm not on the inaugural boat, something's like we're in trouble.
I'll be on it.
Brenda said, "If we use Disney transportation, do they time it to go with your boarding time, or will they drop you off and you have to sit there in the terminal for hours?" No, Jordan, take it.
Disney transportation is fantastic. So, I've always had the early booking time, so between 11:15 and 11:30, staying at a resort. So they will pick you up in time to make sure that you are there well before your boarding time. So that was not an issue whatsoever. Um, and usually, if you are using Disney transportation buses to pick you up, usually your booking times are going to be earlier than those who are driving in. So,
Right.
if you're yeah. So if you're driving in, you're going to see, um, um, yeah, you'll definitely get there a lot earlier, a lot sooner. You don't have to worry about
Well, let's use the Wish
if.
as an example. The perfect example is I drove in for the Wish. Everyone else took the bus. I was the last one on the boat. It's just the way it went.
Yes.
Everybody else was upstairs eating. Kathleen and Mike were downstairs waiting for us. We walked onto the boat. We were the last ones on the boat. Um, did we wait? No. I literally parked, walked upstairs, went through security, went upstairs. I'm in the terminal. I walked straight over. There's the arches. I don't think I was in the terminal 4 minutes, maybe 5. As long as it takes to walk from the escalator to the Mickey ears to walk onto the boat. And I never stopped walking. I walked straight on. They asked us if we wanted a picture. I'm like, no. I just kept going. I'm like, I want to get on the damn boat. Yeah, Kathleen drove too. So they were on the boat and
Hmm.
we got on right after them.
Yeah.
So uh, let me tell you something. Anything that you could possibly think about when it comes to Disney and Disney Cruise Lines, they do it top notch. I would venture a guess, Brenda, that no, don't even sweat it. Um, my
Yeah.
guess,
Don't sweat it whatsoever.
not even a little.
It's seamless. No.
I would almost venture a guess that if a Disney Cruise Line bus got you late to your boarding, you're going on right then anyway. So, and if they're,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
don't think they're getting you there hours early. So I think you're okay. Plus, like Jordan said, when you set up to do your check in, which is 30 days early at midnight. So if you're going on the first, you're going to go on the first of 30 days before and do your online check in, which we'll go over that after we get back from the Wish in 2 weeks. And we'll go over everything. We'll kind of go through a procedural and tell everybody, all the steps and everything. I'm not nearly as versed as you are, but I'm getting a lot better at it. Um, so it's Disney's top notch. They do it the right way. I like now. Do they do everything right? No. I've had a lot of issues with them, but kind of just is what it is. Not much you can do about it. So let me
I
read.
gotta make a comment on Andy's.
Yes.
Um, they does have a partnership with a cruise line for doing a Harry Potter cruise ship.
Do you want
So
to
we'll
mention it?
leave that to your imagination, and we'll have you do some homework, and then you can report back to us in 2 weeks.
When you Google it, it doesn't come up.
I know.
I know too, because you and I've had this conversation. um, so
I just know
let's
what
see.
cruise line it is. So
Yes, so do I, because you told me. Uh,
yes.
let's see. Let's make sure we got everybody covered. All right, so let's see. Dave, if you were a first timer to Walt Disney World and a cruiser and have two kids, what would you pick to do as a first time? Okay, so here's the difference. I would ask this one question. What depends on the age, and I'll tell you why it matters. Your younger kids are going to want that character interaction. They hate standing around, they hate the heat, they hate all the other stuff. I would do a cruise. Why? You get to meet all the characters. They spend a ridiculous amount of time with you. It's
Hmm.
fun. The kids club is going to let them be immersive. They're going to be able to run around and play, which they can't do in the parks. We're dragging them to rides and everything else, making them stand in line for 45 minutes, putting them in places. You have weather to contend with, no naps, no anything. And I'm talking about the younger kids. Like we're talking 6 and under. Um, I would sit there and say, honestly, less stressful is probably a cruise. If you want the nostalgia, you want your pictures, you want them to experience it. You're there for a couple of days, and Magic Kingdom is the place to go. Let's just say what it is. You walk down Main Street, there's no better feeling in the world. You get all the cast interactions, but keep in mind your wait times are through the roof. On a cruise, you're at any given time, 3,000 people are not going to go stand in line. All right, so you don't have to worry about that. But in the parks, you have 40,000 people in at any given moment, and that's in Magic Kingdom. So,
Yeah.
I would sit there and say, if it were me, and I had younger kids and I wanted them to experience Disney in a way where they would have an appreciation for it. And then once you hit that 6, 7, 8 mark, because keep in mind, you have a height thing that you got to worry about with rides, certain things that can go on, can't go on, how much of the park can you actually do? Um, it's a lot. So we all try and force our kids there early. I've done it. We did it with Bella. I did it with my oldest daughter. Like I do it like all what we all do. Why? We want them to have that experience. Take them on a Disney Wish
Yeah.
cruise. Get it out of the system. Do 3 4 days. Have a great time. Go on a Magic cruise 5 days. Pick one of the boats that does 3 to 5 days. Let them enjoy it, and you probably would.
Yeah. Well, and even on the cruise ships as well too, they also have every night they have a live performance inside the Walt Disney Theater,
Yeah,
which is Broadway style,
yeah.
like Broadway level, and
And
they're fantastic shows.
and again, you know, in your scenario, it's an either or. I will stick to my guns, and you guys are dropping it in right now. Uh, I would do a land and sea probably for every vacation if I were not living here and I had to travel here. I don't think I would ever do one or the other. I would do both, just because. And I think I would literally finish with the cruise because you're going to want to relax. I don't think I want to finish at Disney World and get on a plane and be like, oh my God, I need a friggin' vacation. I would literally go park first, and that's where I would go. So, but yeah, Brenda, we'll do a procedural in 2 weeks. No issues with that. I was blown.
And I gotta say, the procedures are actually
Super
very,
easy.
very simple. Like they're really, really easy. They're straightforward, and probably one of the easiest. Again, I went last time during COVID, like to the tail end of it when they first started lifting restrictions and whatnot, and it was a lot more intense. Whereas when we went back in April, you only had to get your QR codes looked at, scanned twice. Whereas when I went the last time, it was like five or six. It was like 5 or 6 times. So it's a lot more intense than what it was just recently. So, but again, it's so easy and straightforward.
Agreed. Um, yeah, and everyone's saying about me getting you on another cruise. It's not going to be that hard. As a matter of fact, Jordan really doesn't have a choice. When we do the FP meetup one at sea in April, um, he's not happy about it, but he's going. Look, you know why? Because at the end of the day, as I've pointed out to Jordan, we're all going to be together, have some fun. We could have sat there the whole time and did nothing, and we would have had a blast. We did have a blast, and we actually did sit there and do nothing. But we had a good time, and where we were sitting on the Lido deck. If they did not have something up on the screen that showed it was Disney World or Disney themed, you wouldn't even know. There is nothing on
Unless you
that
looked at the
deck.
funnels.
Well, but where we were sitting back underneath the overhang, you
Yeah,
couldn't see
no,
them.
no.
You could have been on a Carnival cruise. You wouldn't have known it. Well, there were no fights, so that's not true. I didn't say that. Bad Dave. Bad Dave. Bad Dave.
Bad Dave, bad Dave.
So, cost comparison: do a land and sea. It's your best value for your dollar. It's going to cost you the same anyway. That's
Yeah,
what I would do.
yeah.
But let's see. I was
Now, here's the thing too, which I don't know if a lot of people know this either. So, Mirrors and Sunshine Flyer are now
merged.
partners, merged. Sunshine Flyer is running the operation, and now the buses from the airport actually run 24/7. Whereas the Sunshine Flyer, the last pickup point was 11 o'clock at night, and then you were like, what do I do?
Uber.
But now with the merger, it's a lot easier. So,
And let me say this to you: you were telling me it's what, $20 for Sunshine Flyer? 22 bucks.
uh, 1950 per person
Yeah, 20
for
bucks.
adults. Yeah.
So if you're a family of four and you're traveling to the hotels, you're talking about it being about $80 plus tip. So you're roughly around 100. So here's what I'm going to tell you guys. If you want a minivan service, it's $155 plus tip. They will come over, pick you up in a minivan. They will take you to the resort. During that 45-minute trip to the resorts, you are going to have somebody who has almost unlimited Disney knowledge. They're going to tell you where the secret menu items are that week. Oh, did I just let a secret out? Oops.
Oopsies.
Secret menu items. Uh, they're going to give you
It's
insight.
a secret.
Yes, it is. And don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
Your other choices, we also with through Florida Park Explorers Concierge, FPE Concierge. Um, we also have an executive service. So if you guys want that top level, you want to feel like you're being picked up. He's Alvarez, is an amazing, amazing guy. We're happy to book it and get you guys going. He's about 165 plus tip to any of the resorts. So that's basically how this whole thing works. Kind of give you guys an idea. Next week we will not be doing the show. We'll be doing it the following week. Why? Because we are pulling 6 streams back to back to back to back to back to back next week. Why? Because we're not working next Thursday. Next Thursday we'll be getting ready to go on the boat, which is Friday morning. We were going on the Wish until Monday, so we're going to go back on. We got a great rate now that I'm Disney certified and all the other jazz. They gave us through my company a little extra something to book. So we did that, and we're going back on so that we can have that experience on the Wish we did not have last time. So it's super cool and easy. And it'll be a lot of fun. Like, we're really looking forward to it. And then we're debating, now that I've been certified through some of the other companies, I'm getting some, what they call FAMs, which are travel certificates, so I can go on some other cruises. And then we haven't decided yet, but we're going to be doing another one for our anniversary. It's not going to be the week of or the day of, I don't think. But we're going to be trying, more than likely, it's either going to be Royal or MSC. And that one will be a short trip, 3-4 days, to try that out. So we have some super, super cool stuff. Super sticker, pink ice cream cone.
Did you load that?
No.
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 Dave is going to sing to you.
So here's the thing. Last week we were in StreamYard. This week we're in Ecamm. Everything was in StreamYard, and I forgot to load it into Ecamm. So, ready? Thank you for the money. Thank you for the... Oh, that was funny, wasn't it? Yeah, you don't even know what to say right now. You're like, oh, he went there. Yes, I did.
Yes, he did.
I'd like to thank all the other people who are watching. So
Mic
we have
drop.
group cruises coming. So very quickly before we get finished up for the night, December
8th through 11th.
I hope Jen's okay. So we have a December meetup. We are finalizing the April meetup. I didn't like what I got, so I had to make some adjustments with what we were doing. And yes, I did go there. So we have the April meetup. We're going to do something epic. I just want to make sure it's right, everybody. I don't want to rush it through. We still have plenty of time to get that booked and booked correctly. So I want to make sure that we do that. So, yeah, Michael, I have battled this because I couldn't get it exactly where I wanted to. And the group rates, I have to tell you, these boats are selling out so darn fast. When we drop this, everyone's going to have like a couple of days to a week to book it. There's a deal right now, and I'm going to tell you guys this right now because it's through August 5th. Royal Caribbean is also including the prepaid gratuities through my company. So that's an added incentive to do that. So I'm really trying to push for that so that we can get that out there like tomorrow and get everybody priority bookings so that we can kind of get it done as quick as possible. But we'll let you guys know ASAP. I want to make sure it's right. What was happening was as I was getting ready to book the group and get the group out there. Andy, thank you. I got to do it again. We just got a PayPal.
Oh boy.
So, thank you, Andy.
Yeah, thank you, Andy.
So as I was creating the group and putting rooms in, they were getting sold before I could get them actually in the group. So there was only when I started, there were 22 rooms in that category left. And then it got down to when I was finally ready to put it through to get it approved, there were 8. So it was selling out very, very quickly. And that's kind of the point. So I want to make sure that there's enough room for groupings and bookings and that we've got the dates and everything right. So, anyway, so April, we should have something, and I will definitely be doing an update on this channel as we're doing it. And we're going to have some fun with it. And it's going to be a good time. I'm really looking forward to it. And then we're going to be getting updates on the treasure here soon for the booking, whenever that one's going to be. I don't know what we're going to do. And the general consensus after last week's show was A lot of you are like, I don't care when it comes out. We want to go. Well, we'll give you that option because I can guarantee you that Jordan and I are going to be on within, what would you say, 8 weeks?
Yes, that
Within
is
within 8 weeks
infinity
of it.
percent correct.
Yeah, within 80 weeks. Good lord, within eight
80
weeks
weeks.
of the inaugural, we will jump on it. And I'm sure that as soon as we tell everybody, what's going on, we're going to try and get everybody booked very, very quickly. There's no need for anybody to worry. As soon as we know, we're going to do it. So, Jordan is going in April. I really want one or two boats on Royal, and I'm trying to figure out how I can make it work. I might have to adjust my time to make it work. I might have to go into the first week of May, which wasn't something I wanted to do, but I'm willing to do. So we're gonna make it fun. We're gonna make it worth everyone's time and while. It's not going to be shorter than 5 nights, and it won't be longer than 7. So we've got it all ready to go. Um, yeah, Jill, that's not going to be an issue. That gives us, a year
Mm.
and a half. It's not like the treasure is where we're all going. It's not going to be an issue. So I think we went over the question, and the best part about it is you guys are giving us the content for the shows that are coming. That's what we wanted. So now Brenda was hitting us up with a laundry list, which is great. Why? It tells us we need a procedural show, how to go through it, what to do when you're booking, how to go. That's I didn't think people cared, but you know what? You guys do. That's cool. So I
Yeah,
appreciate the
and
input.
yeah, it's a great question to bring up and whatnot. So like it's even the procedures of when you're getting on board, or even leading up to when you're at the terminal to go through security and all that.
Well, we
And
got to be
then even
careful with
getting
that.
off the ship. What's that? Sorry.
We got to be really careful with security procedures.
Yeah.
When we get to that point, and I'm going to tell you guys right now, I've had a number of interactions with Disney security. Um, I know what they will and won't let me say. So we will, no, Brenda, please don't apologize. That's what this show's for. And by you asking those questions, it helps me see what it is that people want to talk about. So I really appreciate it. But security has very, very strict rules. So when we
Hmm.
say you will go through security, you will not get any further detail about it. I'm not going to tell you what they do, how they do it. We won't
Yeah.
do that. You're not allowed to video it. You can't really show it at all. So we're not going to. But I will tell you that it's quick, it's painless. Think of going to the airport, going to Universal. It's pretty basic. If you've ever gone through any one of those things, you know how easy it is. And we'll make it really simple. Read the list of non-approved items and don't bring them.
Yes.
It's
And if you need medications, bring them with you, like your
not only
prescriptions.
leave
Your
them in the bottle.
prescription medications, make sure that you bring them in the bottle, the original bottle that they came in. Otherwise, that could get you into some kind of trouble, and we don't want that for anybody.
No. And make sure you keep your medications on you.
Hmm.
So, whatever carry on bag you're bringing with you, have those medications with you for two reasons. You can get your luggage lost, it's not out of the realm of possibility. That's number one. Number two, you're less likely to have them open it up if they do scan your luggage or whatever. If it's on you, you put it through, they scan it, they want to take a look at it real quick, they will. I can tell you, I always bring my medication uh, sitting right there because I keep an extra pill bottle for the ones that I take on board. Put them in, take it with you. I put it in the top case. The one time the guy said, "Do you mind opening it?" I opened it. I showed it to him, showed him my inhaler, dropped it in, zipped it, walked away. There was no
Yeah.
discussion.
No. And Brenda, yeah. So I mean, it's typically the same kind of thing if you're going on an airplane, right? When it comes to the
Brenda, without a
carry-on
doubt.
bag. Yeah, yeah. So
Well,
all the cruise lines will have their frequently asked questions or their what you can bring in, what you can't, and they are very detailed. They're very detailed that way in regards to um, those particular details. So I'm sure we could find that list for the next time, and we can
It's
pop it up
super
and we can
easy.
show it. Yeah.
The truth is Brenda, think this way. Um, I personally like the first two cruises we went on. The first one, I had no idea what to do. I'm gonna just tell you right now, I was clueless. I didn't bring a bathing suit. I didn't do any of that. Why? I didn't think it was relevant. I was like, I don't have a room. I can't change. I don't care. The second one, I already knew what I was doing. I was like, all right, I'm going upstairs. I'm eating. We're gonna go down to our room, get our stuff in our room, head to muster drill, head up to the sail away party. Bella was going to um, kids club. We were going shopping and doing another live stream. By the way, it's exactly what we're doing the next time. However, you can, as a pro move, go on the boat, ladies especially, with a bathing suit on underneath. Why? You want to go get in the pool? You can. You got the kids. You want to go in the pool. You don't want to wait. Boop, boop, boop. Do what you're doing. But we will absolutely include what to put in your go bags and what to do and how to do it. I do things a little differently than everybody, but I have him, and he does what most people do. So it's a good balance there.
Yeah.
So
And I did see, so Kathleen, we will be, as soon as the itineraries are released, they will be released usually within approximately 5 to 7 days prior to when you can actually book it. So again, it always goes with the higher status first, like Pearl, um, and then it will go uh, Platinum, and then Gold and Silver can book it. Yeah, Gold and Silver, DVC, and then if you're someone that is going to be, if you have never sailed before, the unfortunate part is usually it's the following week when you get to actually book. So I do have some workarounds with that I've already spoken to Dave about. So we can make things happen to ensure that we do what
we're,
we can to make sure we get you the best room.
here's the good news. I'm also a travel agent. So as soon as they come out, if you don't think that I'm not calling, because as a travel agent, I can book for Pearl. So if I have people that I can book for, I'm assuming, and I'm not 100% sure of this, but it would make sense that I'm gonna be able to block off rooms. So I should be able to put a group room together, I would imagine. So Jordan and I have been talking about it, but I've got to answer Brenda's question because I knew where she was going with it, and I was going to answer it anyway. Yes, you can bring wine on board. It's two 750 ml bottles. It's what per adult, right?
Yeah, I answered that question earlier in the chat.
I don't know these things. I can barely read. Um,
Well, get open your eyes or get your or clean your glasses.
no, no, no. It moves. It's over there. So yes, you can bring two bottles of wine per person up there. So super.
Six
It's
pack
super.
of beer.
6 packs of beer per person. So it and you can also go in like on your Navigator app once your room's assigned, and you can go down and actually order stuff to go to the room. It's not cheap, but you can do it. There's bottles of wine packages, like 6 bottles of wine that you can deliver, and they have a low, medium, and a high tier. You can do all kinds of stuff, but we'll go over all of that in great detail. We'll share some. I'll get Disney Navigator brought up on the computer. Next time we'll do a screen share and we'll take you guys through it. We'll show you how it goes. Jordan's an expert at this, and by the way, little pro tip for everybody: if you go on a boat, just tell them you know Jordan. It didn't work for me, but it'll work for you. I guarantee it.
So I shouldn't say I've been IGing with Leslie now, have I? Should
No.
I?
Uh, and and the best part about it is, just tell them JJ sent you. They'll know. They'll know.
This is the way.
It's unbelievable. But well, with that, I think we wrapped up another night. I think it was an excellent question. I'm super super excited to go over these questions with everybody and do what Brenda and what Marie D did last week. Shoot it out there, people. The next time we come on, I want you guys to sit there and say, "Hey, got more questions." Good. That's what we're here for. He knows everything about Disney cruises that there is. I'm here to for
Lit- he actually does what I tell him to do.
I produce live on stream. Anyway,
Yes.
Let's see. I'm very excited for this. Got the beer mug for both of us. Yep, there you go. Beer mug package is easy. And by the way, the first day
Oh,
when you
beer
go to the
beer mug.
buffet, they will come to your table 7,500 times in the first hour and ask you if you want the beer and cooler package. So anyway, so with that, we're going to say adieu, adieu. Tomorrow, please join us at Character Warehouse, and I have no idea what in the world we're doing tomorrow night. I don't know. Jen will tell me later. I'll get some streams up. So we'll have streams up for Thursday and Friday. There might be a pop up stream over the weekend.
Universal. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry. Did I say that out loud?
might
Sorry, I had a little tickle.
might
Please stand by.
be a little, I don't know, a pop up stream where Bella could practice the ways of the wizarding world. Anyway, so tomorrow we're back at it, doing what we do. So we'll be back to shopping tomorrow. We're going to be doing Character Warehouse in the morning, both Thursday and Friday. Now that we have Team FPE, which is incredible, Jesse has been out doing pickups all day. Thank you guys for that. That was unbelievable. So Jesse's been running around. Heidi's been down at Sawgrass. We got Sawgrass covered. We got everybody covered, and then we'll be doing parks and additional shopping at night, depending upon where we are. This guy,
I see Jen drop Magic Kingdom in the chat.
we're going to Magic Kingdom again tomorrow night because you know what? We didn't leave Main Street. We didn't really get to do anything. So we need to get you guys in there and do some other stuff inside the park. There's tons of merch still that we didn't get to over in Uptown, over in what used to be the Vault store. So we need to take you guys around a little bit. We didn't get into confectionery. We didn't get to do a lot. So back to Magic Kingdom tomorrow night. So join us for that.
Breakables.
Breakable Store. Breakable Store is always fun to go in there. This guy is our partner channel, Jordan's Disney Adventures. You need to go over. Make sure that you are subscribing, paying attention to his content. We're trying to get him to grow. I might have said it earlier, Jen. I'm starving.
He's hangry.
No, I'm good. I'm hungry, man. I'm a hungry man. I don't like those. So we're gonna take you back to Magic Kingdom. Have a little bit of fun. Friday, I think, is still open, but if I had to guess, I would say that there's probably some kind of bounce or spring in our step for that. Let's see. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. What am I missing? I missed something.
Oh, dinner is ready. Excellent. What? I'm on my way, Jen.
Awesome. I love to hear all those things. And it's raining. So we'll be back at it again. And then we're taking off next week, everybody, simply so we can get some stuff done to get on the boat. And then we'll be back at it in 2 weeks where we will do procedurals and we'll have some fun with that. But make sure that you go over to Sam Will Be 12, our other partner channel. Check him out. He's got all kinds of new graphics coming, trying to get up to 10 grand this year. He wants to get to 10K. It would be awesome. Mike Wheeler in the chat also, partner channel. We have 3 partner channels now. These are really good content creators, great people. Please go check them out. Same kind of ideology we have.
Yeah. And thank you, Brenda, and thank you, Chris B, because I actually just got an alert about Chris B that just popped up on my screen. So thank you. Yeah, I posted that Halloween one today, and some people came back with the music in there, and I got some text messages, and they're like, "Yeah, that's kind of a little spooky."
That's awesome. But I just want to say thank you to Team FPE, Heidi, Jesse, Jen, Jordan, Mike, Stevie, Steve, Jill, all the additional mods, Jennifer L. There's Wasco. What's up, Wasco?
Wasco's in the house.
I mean, Monorail Steve and DDM. I mean, what DDM did the other night for Jen was incredible. The way she helped out last night was just, you guys have no idea. What happens behind the scenes?
I saw that list, and holy cannoli. That's all I have to say about that.
What you guys don't see going on behind the scenes right now is amazing. This group and this community are growing the way that this small business is growing and the way that you guys are helping and support us. It is unbelievable. So please, if you need treasure treats, treasure boxes, if you need personal shopping in the park, out of the park, whatever you need, contact us. FloridaParkExplorers.com. Go on there. You'll find a way to get to us. and we will take care of you, and we will deliver great service. We will deliver you the magic right to your door. But for our partner channel, Jordan Disney's Adventure, for myself, I'm the Bear Shark. This is Florida Park Explorers Travel. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow over on the main channel, Florida Park Explorers, for more exciting red-haired magic from the boss herself. We will see you guys tomorrow. Nope. Yes. Well, yeah.
Maybe,
Until then,
possibly, with
see
with
ya.
hats.
See ya, Lido.
Lido, baby.
We'll see you, Lido, everybody. Take care, everyone.
Good night, everybody.